Data from Statistics Canada indicates that more than 1 in 5 people in the workforce are aged 55 to 64. So a lot of these people will be quitting, and organizations and firms face the question, who's going to replace them? Carolyn Hass joins us now, Chief Operating Officer at Successfinder. Carolyn, thank you very much indeed for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Give us an idea of the scale of the problem. I mean, a lot of skilled, experienced people will be leaving, and companies must decide who's going to succeed them, but it's not always simple, is it?
Absolutely. And, with an aging workforce, the biggest risk is succession. And what's interesting is obviously you're losing institutional knowledge, operational stability, future growth opportunities, but also you're not just replacing these people. Leadership needs are evolving. Leadership today isn't just about tenure. It's not just about experience. It's about adaptability, decision-making, agility, context-driven effectiveness. So, you really have to think of some behavioral strengths too that you have to prepare for. And things are shifting so fast, AI and automation reshaping work. Leaders have to navigate such hyper rapid shifts. You have to prepare them for all of this. So you're preparing to replace the 20% of the workforce that's going out, and your development timeline is really compressed.
You can talk to us about one global engineering firm you heard of or you worked with, and they had to change their strategy. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, one of the biggest things we see is that organizations have to better understand their talent, right? I say, know your people, know your crowd. Make sure you have a clear data-driven view of the talent landscape. Some of the clients that we've worked with, once they started to really map their talent, they found a lot of surprises about what they thought they had, and especially as they're trying to shift their business. So in this example, be more innovative. You may have heard this, all businesses are trying to do this, but then you realize you've been systematically hiring people and developing people on, completely different skill sets. And then when you need it, there's no just-in-time quick development. You don't have people who are prepared for this. So it requires a massive change to how you hire, how you promote, how you develop your talent towards the skills you're really looking for, those critical skills.
There's one misconception out there you think that needs to be dispelled. It's not, succession planning is not just for the top jobs. Right at every level in the organization, you should be thinking about it.
Absolutely. Succession management, when you do this effectively, you're being proactive. You're thinking multiple levels down, right? It's not just the executive positions. It's really how do you prepare for those replacers to be ready as well. So I think the most important thing is to be very proactive about this. Identify leadership potential for critical roles as early as you can. This is how you're going to win, with a strong pipeline of leadership, multiple levels down. And it also helps your whole business be ready for the future.
The one expression that annoys you is when people say, well, we're grooming or we're developing future-ready leaders. You say that really doesn't mean very much.
Yeah, I mean, the future, right? What does future ready mean? Without specifics, it's a bit of a buzzword, right? So we can't predict the future. Things are changing so quickly. So you have to focus on the specific challenges leaders are likely to face, in their specific industry, role, organization. Context is really key. And you're never ready for the future, but you can be ready to continuously adapt to the chaos of an ever-changing world, to develop the behavioral agility that you need instead of just, it's not a fixed set of skills, right? It's going to have to be really tailored to this. So leaders have to be ready to show up to meet the demands of the moment.
It's interesting, you have been working on cross-generational collaboration. I mean, older and younger people working together. And I guess people have different styles. Young people, I mean, Generation Alpha, they have completely different brains, for example. They've always been looking at screens. So there can be challenges there.
There are challenges there, and I think, it's the same challenges as anything you should be facing around building more diverse teams. So you have to focus on the fact that diversity brings better innovation. It's great for organizations, and that diversity also means from a generational perspective. And so you have to be ready to better understand the differences, and then find those ways to have, more self-awareness, engage people across generations, help you understand your style versus the other style, recognize blind spots, learn to flex and adapt to others. It's not just a generational thing. It goes with, cultural differences, a bunch of different things that we're seeing. It's all about building diverse teams that can collaborate well.
And technology, people obviously think, well, we got to have somebody who knows about AI and tech, but you say these crucial interpersonal skills, they're the important ones still?
Absolutely. I think one of the things that is so important as we look to the future is how to remain human, right? Focus and invest on the perpetually human problems, human connection, emotional intelligence. You will always have humans working with other humans, humans needing to lead other humans, align them, inspire them. These are things that you should really be focusing on. They will endure, right? They're so important.
Just finally, you have a PhD in industrial and organizational psychology. You've thought a lot about this stuff. Just give me your view on these pretty chainsaw-like cuts that we're seeing to the public service in the United States. I don't want you to get political, but what do you think? You want people in a giant organization like the public service to feel they're wanted and to keep them motivated.
There's obviously the focus on what your leadership cares about, right? Where the priorities are. And I think the biggest misconception is that you can't reskill individuals to adapt towards the future, right? You have so many things you can do to prepare people and find their talent, find their potential, and harness it in new ways in the areas that you need. I think just cutting based on what you think you know about people is short-sighted.
Thank you very much.